Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to my plot. Thought the sun's shining. It's the 1st of April, so I thought I'd do a bit of a plot tour, let you know what's going on. This all started back in January when I had a mad idea to start a veg plot. So we already rent a field for the horses, so I thought this would be a good spot to put a plot. So I made a start. Doing the fencing and getting that side of it ready. Everything I've done, if you've got any interest in it, I will have done a video on it. Everything from putting in the posts, putting in the gate posts. I've just got this last bit of fencing to do along here. That's the timber I'm going to do it with. This has all been this is all reclaimed timber. This was somebody's roof once upon a time. So let's have a look around, shall we? This is the willow entrance. Yes, there's a video of me doing that. So that'll be the entrance to the garden, and we'll have a nice gate here at some point. We got the raised bed here. So it's just, I've literally just managed to put some topsoil compost mix in the middle one just to get something out. So there we go. That bed's starting to get some use. This is the area that's going to have my first tunnel's polytunnel in it. Just digging the holes, started one foundation tube, and everything will be worked off that one. So yes, there'll be a video on that. And like I say, I did manage to put some topsoil compost mix in the middle section of the raised bed. So I've got some, well, leftover Kelsey onions. I thought I'd just chuck them out and see what happens to them. A few lettuce that were looking very sad for themselves in the polytunnel, so I kicked them out here, and a row of peas, and put some wind netting around them because it is very windy up here. But I ran out of netting, so proper Bear Grylls, improvise, adapt and overcome. I just hung up some tree branches that we cut off just to keep the worst of the wind, because that's the North Atlantic over there. So yeah, wind may be an issue. Having said that, all the fencing, I'm going to put wind netting around it to two things: keep trying to reduce the wind and hopefully keep the rabbits out. There's a pony having a little munch. Right, so that's the inside. Let's go and have a look at this marvellous out sunny polytunnel. Right, so I got hold of a load of wood chip. The beauty of wood chip, it's free. Everybody's trying to get rid of wood chip. So I put a massive raised path of wood chip just to get me out of the mud, because this place is a bog. We're on clay. You can see there, look, not very good. Right, so that leads us to the polytunnel. On the table outside, I've got some onions and some sweet peas. I put them out here because during the day it's just too hot in the polytunnel and they're loving it out here. Unfortunately, I've got to work most of the time, so I'm just doing this as it's a bank holiday. Right, the out sunny polytunnel. I've got a proper love-hate relationship with this. It's given me somewhere to work. That's all the timber that I've been treating. It'll be the base rails and that for the first tunnel. Little table there, all my watering cans in here full of water, so the temperature's nice. Now, you may think, what have you got at the middle of your tunnel, Pete? That's bracing, because we had a yellow weather warning the other day, and I didn't want this thing to blow away prematurely. So yeah, I just braced it up temporarily. But it's been a godsend, because at least it's given me somewhere out of the weather to work and prep other things. The only thing we got going on in here really is a special potato. The local garden show does a class for one potato grown in a bucket. They give you the potato in the bucket, and you can do your own thing and just try and get as much potato growth out of it. And at the garden show, which is the end of July, you take your bucket in, they empty it out and weigh it, and somebody wins. So I'm giving it my best shot. We've got potatoes there chitting. They need to be in as soon as, really. And here you go, Glen. You've just done a video on dahlias. Here's my dahlias I got given, but I don't know what to do with them next. Do I put them outside, or do I put them in bigger pots? And we got a bit of garlic going on. And at the end, I managed to blag one of these baker's shelving, which is really good because it's got holes in it, so light gets through. So that's been quite useful. That's where the plants that are currently outside get put. So that's the polytunnel. Dun dun dun. Right, back out the path and around here. Bits of timber, and all this steel work is the framework for me first tunnels, polytunnel. I can't wait to get this up, but you know, it all takes a bit of time. So that's that. And down here we've got my supply heaps. I've got wood chip there, I've got beach sand there, I've got 20 mil of dust there for concreting, because I am concreting some of the posts for the new tunnel, because like I said, that's the Atlantic, the North Atlantic, and I don't want it blown away. And under this sheet is a bulk load of soil compost that I had months ago, and I've only just been able to start using it, but it's under a sheet and it's not too bad. And lastly, we'll go to the water harvesting section, which I'm in the middle of doing. Right, so this is the back of the stable block, and my cunning plan is I've already put one little bit of guttering up, and that's going to come back and fill this massive 1,800 litre water tank that I got off Marketplace, bargain. And then we're going to stick the tap in the side of it here somewhere, and that can fill this trough, and that can be a dip tank for loading up the watering cans. And I'm also hoping, I should have changed that. Up there I've got an IBC. I'm going to put that up in the far corner, top, just outside the new polytunnel, and hopefully I can do some irrigation with that. But I've got to get up there somehow. So yeah, that's the massive tank. Got some guttering up. I've cleared out the back of this a bit because it was a bit covered in brambles and bits and pieces, and I'm running guttering now. Unfortunately, this falls from this end down to that end, so I couldn't run guttering back this way. So I'm going to put guttering up, then a pipe back down to fill the big tank. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. In the process, because this was all second-hand guttering I got hold of just cleaning guttering. Exciting life I live, isn't it? And just so you can see why we call it the Stables Garden, that's the stables. Anne's little haven, and I love it up here as well, to be fair. Right, that's it. That's the tour. All we got to do is finish it. Thanks for watching. Cheers and go.